Satnam, everybody. Can you hear me? Yay. Okay, great. So how is everybody doing? And make sure that you put where you're from. It's always interesting for people to see who's online with us. Okay. And if are most people familiar with Kundalini Yoga meditation? Yeah. I think so, right? If you've done one of my meditations, you know that we tune in with the Adi mantra first. So Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Okay, so let's prepare to tune in. So eyes are closed and just take a few long deep breaths through the nostrils. So breathing deep into the belly. And feel your feet on the ground. And bringing all your energy into this present moment as we open ourselves up to this portal from the invisible world into the visible world. So become receptive. Okay, so become receptive and open to what this gathering can bring to you. Doesn't matter when you're listening to this, in the future or now, or there's no time and space. Okay, inhale deeply and exhale, and bring your palms together and rub them. And bring them into prayer pose at your heart center. So you're chanting with this with the longing to be with your soul, the longing to be with your own inner teacher within. So inhale deep, exhale, inhale to the base of the spine, exhale, and inhale to tune in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Adgare Namah, Shagadgare Namah, Satgare Namah, Siddhigurudeva Namah. Adgare Namah, Shagadgare Namah, Satgare Namah, Siddhigurudeva Namah. Adgare Namah, Shagadgare Namah, Satgare Namah, Siddhigurudeva Namah. Inhale deeply. Suspend the breath and press your palms together and bring your focus to your third eye, the point between your brows, and channel the energy up. And exhale, relax your hands down. Okay. That's great. I'm seeing everybody online. So hopefully you have your chart. And you can go to Astro, if you don't have your chart, Astro, ASTRO.com, and you can get your free astrological chart there, okay? Because you want to have your rising sign. We're going to go through the signs and how the lunar eclipse will affect you personally. So the order of priority is your rising sign. So whatever your first house and the wheel, like that one that's, you know, it's got a line like that, the horizontal, it's that first placement there. That's your rising sign. And then your moon sign, you know, the little crescent, that's the moon symbol for the moon. And then the sun, the circle with the little dot in it. So that you'll be able to see three placements. But your rising sign's the most important because that represents the body, because that's what's living here in time and space, right? That's where you're affected the most, is your body. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to start with the notes. And I think we're going to start with a meditation right away. So how it's going to go is let's do a meditation first, a short meditation, and then I'm going to go through the signs or talk more about this lunar eclipse and what it means for us as a collective, but also you personally. And then to finish off with a group meditation, because this is all about letting go. So we're in the energy right now of this lunar eclipse. And so it's really about becoming our authentic self. We're becoming our authentic self. That's what's being called from each one of us, that we have to be ourselves. So anything that's not working in your life, or it feels like there's blocks and obstacles, you're not supposed to go there. It means you're not aligned with your authentic self. So this is really a gift, right? This self node, lunar eclipse. It means something's going to be taken away from you. You'll experience a loss of some sort, and it may or may not be painful for you. It may be a real blessing in disguise, like thank God that thing's gone, because it's making room for something new to come in that's more aligned with who you are. Okay, I'll talk more about this. I just want to get into this meditation. So this is one of the first meditations that Yogi Bhajan ever taught when he came to the West. And it's Sat Nam, S-A-T-N-A-M. Sat rhymes with but, Sat Nam. So this is, if you're familiar with Kundalini Yoga, this is how we greet each other, Sat Nam, right? It's a Bij mantra. That means it's a seed mantra. So it's very, very important. And, Namaste. It's a little bit different than Namaste. Namaste is I recognize the light in you is also in me. Sat Nam is like, I am the light. You're asserting that I am the light and that you're speaking from that place. I am truth, right? Capital T, truth. I am that. You're asserting that. So that means anything that's coming out of my mouth is going to be authentic and true for me. Okay? So really, when we chant Sat Nam, it's really just removing, eliminating what's not you, and what's left is you, your authentic self. Okay? So let's chant that for a couple times. And you want to hear your own voice. So if you're alone, right, or you're with people that know what you're doing right now, right, just go for it. So you're chanting from deep within your navel. And it's not singing. It's like you're vibrating. Every cell in your body is vibrating Sat Nam, right? And your cells are like joyous, right? They're joyous. They're happy. It's like, oh, finally, we're being ourselves. We're light. We're love, right? All of those yummy things. Okay. So let's take this off. So just center yourself. So relaxing the shoulders down, relaxing the neck, relaxing your temples. And chant, we're going to prepare to chant Sat Nam. Okay? So bring your hands into prayer pose, your two hands together, right? This brings the left and the right brain hemispheres together. That's why we pray like this. We're consolidating ourselves, right, into one. And bring that to your heart center. Okay, so inhale deep. And exhale. And inhale to begin. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat. Nam. Sat. Nam. Sat. Nam. Sat. Nam. Sat. Nam. Sat. Nam. And inhale deeply. Suspend the breath. Press your palms together and focus at your third eye, the point between your brows. And exhale and relax your hands down. That's so much better. Okay. So you may be feeling a little bit strange. Maybe not today, right now in this moment, but maybe it started just even this week, the people that are sensitive to energy. And so symptoms can be feeling spacey, unfocused, you know, dropping things, having accidents, things like that. Trouble sleeping, feeling like you just put your finger in the electric socket, right? Like just filled with that energy, that anxiety, this restlessness. That's all symptoms of this lunar eclipse. And it's a big one. It's a huge one. It's the longest that we've had. And also what's most importantly, and we're seeing this in the external world, is Mars is the closest it's been since 2003. It was close. Remember when Mars came really close to the Earth? But before that, it was 60,000 years. 60,000 years ago, that was the closest Mars had been to Earth. So this is a big deal. So Mars is like amping up that fuel. It's raising the temperature, right? And we're seeing this with all the wildfires all around the planet right now. This is totally symptomatic of Mars, and it's nothing to be afraid of. This is all part of our evolution into this new human, the human sanctus, right? From human sapien, the human sanctus. So it's in retrograde too, and it's right on the south node. So it's right on the south node. So this means it's not going to fuel what's not you anymore. You can't use your willpower to go against the flow of who you are and what your soul wants in this lifetime. But it does fuel up. Like I think of a Bunsen burner, right? It's like the fire underneath is what's catalyzing everything. And it's catalyzing these old karmic programs that have been following you, not just this lifetime, but lifetime after lifetime. I want to see if I can share my screen and show you the charts. Hopefully this is going to work. Okay. There's a little bit of delay, so I just want to make sure that it comes up on my screen. Oh, that's the wrong one. Okay. Anyway, this is the mandala. Okay. And that 41, I'm going to stop the screen share because I don't want to confuse people. But the mandala with the 41, that's the 41st gene key. Okay. So the south node's on there, the moon's on there. That's the Earth position, and then Mars. So that's 4 planets on that particular gene key. Okay. And so these are these patterns that are found within our DNA. And the 41st gene key, if people are familiar with the gene keys, it's the star codon. It's the only one that sits alone. The other 63 gene keys are all in little combinations called codons. And this is the only one that sits by itself, like alone on its own little island. And it's the start. It's the beginning of the beginning and the ending. It's the alpha and the omega, right? This gene key. So this is showing us that this is big, right? This is like the reboot button for us. So I talked a little bit about this particular gene key like about 2 weeks ago. So I don't want to go too much in depth. I'll leave a link. So if you want to learn more about it, you can watch that video. I think it's like 18 minutes or something like that. So this is about fantasy. That's the shadow of fantasy. So what happens, I'm going to break it down for you, is that we feel this pressure from our root chakra, and the pressure is to evolve. That's why we're on the planet. We're continually expanding, we're growing, we're learning, we're evolving. Okay, so this pressure comes up, but then it hits the shadow pattern, right? Because we live in shadow. This whole planet is shadow frequency, right? So how the shadow interprets that pressure, it doesn't say I have to evolve, like I'm evolving. I'm trusting, I'm going to trust and just jump into the void and the unknown, and I'm going to evolve. It translates as I need to be happy. I want to be happy. Okay? So that's how it gets translated, and then the mind grabs onto it, and then it creates these fantasies of what it thinks will make you happy. Okay? And so this 41 is connected to another one called the 30th gene key, and that makes a channel, and 30 is desire. So then the desire fuels that fantasy, and then you go running off for something, whatever that shadow is telling you that's going to make you happy. So this is what we're going to explore through the signs. Like, what's your fantasy that you're letting go of now, right? And then then we cut it off. You see what's happening? And we cut it off from that desire cycle. This is the wheel of samsara, right? It keeps us reincarnating, birth, life, death, rebirth, over and over and over again, because it's desire. We're letting go of this desire, right? That something on the external is going to fulfill us. So a typical example is like looking for that soulmate, right? That perfect person that's going to fulfill me, and I'm going to be happy. And then you have all this fantasy of what that's going to be like. And then the desire kicks in, and it feels good. And you actually become addicted to the hope. You're addicted to the hope of that happening. You're not actually interested in it manifesting. That's the capital T truth. The shadow's not interested in that manifesting. It's interested in you keep chasing your tail, right? And feeling that hit, right, of the fantasy, but it never lands. It never manifests. I'm sure everybody's relating to this cycle. Okay. So what do we got here? I just want to check my notes to make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. So the gift, I'll go through the shadow in a sec, but the gift, right, because there's a gift in every shadow pattern. And so if you know your chart, your rave chart, I gave you that link in my newsletter, the astrological one, and then the rave chart. If you've got that 41 in any position, right, there's 23 positions in total, then this will really, really apply to you even more, right? So the gift is anticipation. So the thing is that we're in a dream. That's the ultimate truth, right? We're all in this dream together, and each one of us are awakening. And that's why the dream's not so much fun anymore, right? Like, look out in the world. It's not fun anymore. It's waking people up out of this dream That's the whole purpose of all of this chaos that we're seeing, is to wake you up out of the dream. And so the dream, your storyline, because you come in with a story, your trajectory, you were born in a longitude, latitude, and then you move from A to B. Okay, so your soul is like, this is where I want to be. This is where I'm going to go. And then the dream takes you there. Life is just happening. Life brings to you everything you need, the resources you need, the people that you need to help you along to get you to your destination. That's your destiny. But we don't trust it. The shadow doesn't trust it. It's like, oh, I've got to make something happen. I have to make this happen, based on a fantasy that's not real. So what we're learning with this solar or this lunar eclipse is to let go of this fantasy so that we can really let our dream come in. Do you know that thing when you're in synchronicity and everything's like in this beautiful flow, everything's like orchestrated perfectly? It's like this dance you're having with the universe, and you think of something and it appears. That's the dream when you're in the dream, right? We're here to detach and to watch our movie and enjoy our movie, where our movie is taking us. So that's the gift, is the anticipation. And any good story, like any good movie, we're obsessed with stories, right? Even way back when we were around the fire, we would tell our stories to one another. That when you're in a really good movie, there's always that sense of anticipation. Do you know that feeling? It's like, what's going to happen next? How are they going to get out of this pickle? You know it's going to end well, right? A good story always ends well. So that's the gift. And remember this, the dream is far grander and richer and fun, and then you can anticipate, then the mind can make up. So it's really about surrender. So the more you surrender in your life, the more this dream can come and start to manifest. You can start to manifest the dream because you're aligned now with the dream. You're not in a fantasy. And the better you'll be. So when we go through the 12 signs, that's where you really need to surrender in these placements, okay? And I did all that. Yeah. Okay. So let's see how this self-node eclipse is playing out for you. So remember, the order of importance is your rising sign, and then your moon sign, and then your sun sign. So listen to those three placements. Okay. I just want to look at any questions you guys have before I start. Okay. So that's the who's saying that? Jeannie, right? Yeah, what is the chart that shows the 41st gene key? So that's, you go to Jovian, JOVIAN.com, and then you get your chart there. So you just punch in your date of birth and all that. You don't need to give your email or anything. You can just download it. Okay. Okay, so let's start. Feeling stressful. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so the Aquarius people, because it's an Aquarius lunar eclipse, are going to feel it the most. Right? Feel it the most. I know an Aquarius rising here in Hawaii, and he was knocked out, like conked out yesterday, just like complete fatigue. So you need to trust that too. People have been having that, like getting really, really tired. I've been experiencing that myself and having a deep naps, right? So nap when you can. And usually your soul will put you in a position where if you're tired, you do have that ability to rest somehow, even if it looks like it doesn't. If you just like tune into your intuition, it's like, where can I go rest right now? Sometimes it could just be go sit in your car, go sit in the bench or something, just to rest and recharge. Like really trust your rhythms, you know, because we're with Aquarius lunar eclipse, we're dealing with Uranus, right? Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, and that's all about cellular memory, right? So our cellular memory is being purged. So that's another connection to the 41st gene key, is we have this pressure to evolve, but as we reach up, what's pulling us back down is our ancestral memory that's held in that junk DNA, right? So that's like, I want to break through this, but I have all this ancestral memory that I have to clear, and this is why we're being given this gift, right? To let go of that cellular memory, that ancestral memory. So it's very, very karmic, right? All this stuff is very, very karmic. Okay, so Aquarius rising, that hits you in the first house, right? So this is all about shedding of the ego. It's about shedding who you think you are. It's about learning that life's not in your hands, right? Life's not in your hands. And it can feel like restricted. You can feel really restricted in your life, but it's not restriction, it's liberation. So this is really about letting go. This is about the body, right? The first house. So it's letting go of fantasies that you have about your body, wanting it to look differently, wanting it to be skinnier, wanting it to be healthier, want hair on your head, right? Wanting to be prettier. So it's letting go of the thought that you can only love yourself if your body is the way that your mind fantasizes that it should be, right? That it's got to look a certain way. And then I'll love myself. You see, there's always an if with fantasies. When, fill in the blank, then I'll love myself. Then I'll be happy. Then I'll be fulfilled. So it's really about accepting your body as it is right now, in this moment, and then it's perfect the way that it is right now. And our body fluctuates. You can't see that, right? I look solid to you, but I'm vibrating, right? It's the same with you, with your physical body. It's vibrating and changing all the time. So this is about becoming less identified with your physical body and what you need to be happy. What you need to be happy and what your body actually needs will come to you. So this is the cosmic secret, right? With self-node, the more you surrender and let go of that thing that you're fantasizing about, that leaves this vacuum. The universe doesn't like a vacuum. In comes exactly what you need to feel good about your body, right? But first you got to accept it. That's the rules of transformation, is you have to accept and surrender first, that this may never change. My body may never change. And I'm going to live like this. No matter what I do, it won't change. So I have to accept it. And as soon as you go to that deep place of humility and surrender, then something rushes in. It's right. This is an appearance change, a complete appearance change of potential for Aquarius rising. And it's really about nourishing your body, because Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius, is in the gene key, the 27th, if you know that, and that's nourishment. It's the gift of nourishment. Okay. So if we got Pisces rising, that's going to happen in the 12th house. And let me know when I get to, like, oh, I'm a Pisces rising, like put that in the chat so we know. And then you can share, right? You can add in, oh, I've been going through that, but it looks like this way, because it will help other people. Because other people are going to be watching this, right? I'm going to leave it up on the YouTube channel. Okay, so this is all about, the 12th house is ruled by Neptune, and this is all about, you know, drugs and addiction and food, alcohol. So fantasies could be just completely escaped from reality through drugs, alcohol, food, internet, videos, whatever the addiction is. And so this is bringing up deeply buried limiting beliefs from your ancestors, right, that are ruling your life. And so this is the beauty of this eclipse, is that you finally see it. It's like this thing has been driving me in my choices in my life and creating so much suffering that you can let it go. And it's like, oh, that's not me. You can let it go. Remember, Aquarius is detaching from the emotions and being able to see clearly. So letting go of addictions that may have been haunting you. And also, I didn't mention this, go back to 2000. There's something that happened in 2000 that's coming to an end too. So whatever was going on for you in the summer of 2000 got started, and now it's ending, like completely ending. So this is about dreams, right? Rules dreams. So pay attention to your dreams, because your ancestors, the invisible world, will be trying to connect with you through the dream world. And this is about you coming out of solitude and into service, right? So sharing your wisdom with the world. So you may have felt really isolated, right, in these last couple of years, like isolated and removed from people, maybe removed from loved ones, right? I have a friend here, and she has this, she's Pisces rising, and she's been disconnected from her son for a long time, and it was causing her a lot of suffering. And it was like, this is going to move, right? This karma is going to move. So this one can bring you to a highly elevated state, right? Because it's spiritual. It's a spiritual house. So it can open you up to other dimensions. It can open you up to new psychic abilities you didn't know you had. The mystic in you could start to come through. And so this is about going inside too, right? Going deep inside and connecting with those benevolent entities that live on the invisible, in the invisible world, and other realms of dimensions that are here to help us. So you have that potential to really connect directly to them. And this is also shedding of past lives that are interfering with this lifetime. So this is, past life vows that you may have taken, like vows of poverty, vow of solitude, that you'll always be alone and removed from, a renunciate, removed from the world. Right, so these things can start to move that are interfering with your lifetime, this lifetime. And any place that you've been self-sabotaging, though, you'll get to see those little hidden areas, like, oh, I did that. I self-sabotaged myself that time. Or old physical pain, so like old physical pain that just doesn't seem to go, like, oh, my shoulders always hurt, like I can't remember when it didn't hurt. It like goes so way back. Or my back hurts, right? I have this back problem. Well, you might have been stabbed in the back, right? How you died with some kind of trauma. Aquarius is trauma, right? From your subconscious, and it's locked in your subconscious mind, and it's still expressing itself on the physical. Or I have neck pain from being hung, persecuted, like, right? It can be stuff like that will start to move where you carry subconscious pain. So the karmas run out. This is what this is all about. Tick tock, the karmas run out, and now you can be released out of this storyline. And this can help you to cultivate a more truer, authentic connection to your own spirituality, right? So that can continue this next cycle, which really starts on August 11th, because that's the next eclipse, the solar eclipse, August 11th. This is the letting go, but still like bringing kind of the new in, but then it will manifest August 11th. So your spirituality gets a reboot. Okay, so if you're Aries, I don't see anybody saying there. Yeah, okay. So if you're Aries rising, or Aries moon, Aries sun, it's in the 11th house. And so this is letting go of fantasies that you have about the future. And it's fantasies that you may have about your social circle that you're in right now, or your friendships, your present friendships. You know, you may not be able to see clearly. Your friends may not actually be your friends, right? They may be like backstabbing, gossiping, undermining, right? It's all karmic. So that will start to leave, right? So you see your friendship in truth, and that this can really help you to walk away. You know, if you're not feeling valued or recognized in your group, like I don't feel like people really get me, or people understand me, or I have anything in common, you're going to have that strength, right? The lunar eclipse gives you that strength to finally walk away, right? Because before, you're locked in this karmic cycle where it's like, oh, I can't leave, and they're not that bad, and I don't want to be alone, and right, you have all these fantasies going on in your head. Well, now you have the strength, right? So it's about balance with this house. So it's about not allowing yourself to get bulldozed over by other people, and then you not bulldozing over others as well. It's like really balanced. So it's about bringing this new social circle that's coming in for you, and that it will be a common cause, like something that you really believe in, you know, something that you're passionate about in the world. You'll meet like-minded people that are also into that too. So a humanitarian cause, and then come with your soul cluster, right? Your soul cluster. We call it the fractal in the Gene Keys language. It's like your soul cluster, your allies, your true allies. Okay. So this is about, you know, maybe losing some friends. Remember, it's always about a loss, some kind of loss, to make room for new friends. And also about shedding unproductive goals, right? There could be like you're maybe pursuing some goal that's a fantasy and it's not really yours, that you're going to be able to see it clearly. What I love about this energy is that you just get kind of indifferent to this thing that had such an emotional charge over you, and you just look at it and it's like it doesn't have the same charge, right? It's this indifference. It's not like you're numbed out. You're just kind of indifferent, and you're watching, you're observing, right? It's a beautiful place to be in. And then mundane stuff, like you could lose some technology, and that means new technology, new gadgets are coming in for you. Okay, so Taurus rising, or Taurus moon, Taurus sun. It's in your 10th house, and that's leadership and how the public perceives you as your vocation. So this could be a new leadership position that's coming, and your reputation can be changing. So people will start to see you differently, especially how you present yourself to the public. So it's your career. So this is letting go of a fantasy of what you think your career should be, or where you should be in your career by now, right? So letting go of that. And also, sometimes the fantasy is like, okay, I have the fantasy that I wanted this public recognition and prestige. I wanted that, right? I wanted to be the leader. But then the fantasy is like, it comes with a lot of hard work, right? And people know that are successful. It's never like easy, but it's hard work that you love, right? That's the 10th house. It's like showing up day by day, doing the hard work, but you're building something that really can last, right? Because it's about crystallizing ideas into form. So it's you know, I used to be really hard on Saturn that rules the 10th house, but now I'm seeing the beauty of it, of Saturn, right? So we have to build something, right? We have to do that hard work for something that's going to last into the future. Okay. Or letting go of a boss, maybe some kind of crazy boss or authority figure in your life. And, you know, it's not just an external thing, right? Because you may have been really influenced by an authority figure in the past as you develop, or a teacher or your father, right? Somebody outside of you, and they may not even be alive anymore, but you still have their voice, right? You still have their self-judgment. You still have the negative qualities, right? And the positive, if it's positive, but still have that inside you. And now it's time to let that go and then connect to your own inner authority with that position. Okay. Yeah, some kind of loss. Okay, we got that. And this is just about connecting with your own authentic sense of inner authority. Okay, Gemini rising. And that's the 9th house. It rules the 9th house. So this is letting go of beliefs that no longer serve you. Beliefs that you have about the world, your worldview. It could be like, I don't trust people, right? I don't trust people. That person has to prove to me that they're trustworthy before I trust them, right? So immediately I put my guard up. I have my guard up. I got my prickles out, right? Anybody I meet. Right? And maybe I'll trust them. If they're consistent for 5 years, then I'll trust them. You see how this can be really detrimental, right? Here the universe is delivering you people to help you, and you have your guard up, and I don't trust, right? You're just completely shutting the door on it, an opportunity, the dream, right? You won't let the dream in. Or you may want to go back to school, right? Higher knowledge, right? Or spirit, it's spiritual in nature, the 9th house. You may want to study something, move to another country, learn another language, learn another culture. It could be about publishing, right? Publishing too, letting go of a teacher or a mentor or a guru type person that you've been following, or letting go of a religion, right? It's not working for me anymore, that you let go of this fantasy that this is going to save me. This is going to make me happy if I just stick to this dogma, right? This dogmatic belief system or religion or teacher. And it's not to say that it was a mistake. This is the thing with teachers, right? Sometimes we outgrow our teachers. It's not that we become better than them, but we just outgrow them. There's not that flow anymore, and that's okay, right? It means maybe there's something else out there for you that's more suitable for you, that keeps you growing and keeps you evolving. Or maybe it's about you connecting to your own inner self too. So this is about letting go of fantasies maybe that are telling you that you're not smart enough or you're not qualified enough to do something, and that you have to go back to school. So that could be a fantasy too, committing to a philosophy that I talked about, or letting go of thinking you need to go back to school to do what you want, right? The thing with the information age is by the time it gets into a book, like a printed book, it's old. It's already old. This is how fast, and academia can't keep up with that, right? With that current information thing. But again, it depends on what you're studying. So what I would suggest for you is to open up to your intuition, right? To guide you into the future. Okay. Cancer rising, and that this hits you in your 8th house. And this is letting go of the fantasy that happiness will come when I merged with, or I own someone or something that's more powerful than me. Then I can ride on their power, right? So that's the fantasy. If I merge with something that's like a powerful person or some powerful system or a powerful technique or something, then this will make me happy. This will make me fulfilled. This will make me powerful. So it's like letting go of that the power is actually inside you. And the more, this is the thing, how you'll know what the fantasy is that you continually feel disappointed. right? So I chase this thing I think that's going to give me power, but then I feel disillusioned and I feel disappointed, right? That's a sign that that's something that you got to let go of. And not only that, you feel disillusioned and disappointed, but you actually feel more powerless. Okay. Also, this rules other people's resources. So you may be letting go of becoming dependent on another person to survive. Like there could be a loss of income. Your partner has a loss of income. And this is all about you becoming self-reliant and self-empowered and self-referenced. You know, I talked about this in one of the video. Most people are outer reference. They look to the external to make their decisions. Self-referenced is you go inside first. So it could be a new cycle of earning your own money, becoming self-reliant and believing in yourself, right? So it's opening up to new channels of income for you. And also with this one too, it's a sexual trauma can be released and healed where you were betrayed. So painful memories can come up to be cleared. And some obsession, right? The eighth house is all being obsessed with something that can be completely with a person or a substance or something you're obsessed about or some phobia or something, right? It will just drop away. And this can bring bonding and trust and more intimacy too with your, which is sexual in nature, right? The eighth house is sex. Okay, Leo rising. This is the seventh house. And so the fantasy, you probably know this one, right? This is the marriage house. Happiness will come when I'm in a committed relationship, when I'm in a committed partnership. And there's a popular fantasy right there. So no matter how much you chase after a relationship and try to you know, improve yourself or whatever so that you can attract a relationship, the more you feel disappointed by the people that life is bringing, right? Because it's not because it's a fantasy, it's not real. You're not going to bring in that fantasy person, right? It's not true. So you may have been locked into a mental fantasy of your perfect relationship and even projecting it out on the people that are in your life, right? But it just remains that. It just remains a fantasy. Or you may have a fantasy that you're not worthy of a loving and committed relationship because of buried guilt, right, from your last relationship. So the purpose here is to let go of needing a relationship to feel fulfilled. And what I tell people a lot is you're the main course, right? You're the main course. And the relationship is the dessert. You don't need the dessert. It's like a bonus when it shows up. So it's about letting go of that need. I'm attached or fear, right? I don't want to die alone, whatever it is. You'll face that emotional charge that's keeping you in that fantasy. You can let it go. That it's okay to be alone. So you may begin a whole new cycle of growth and evolution, right, through a relationship. So when you surrender and let go, then that makes room for the dream person to come in. This also shows too that a karmic contract has been fulfilled with somebody, right, a committed relationship. So it's not just romantic or marriage, it's also a business partnership. Some contract that you have with this person is dissolving. It's completely dissolving. It could even be a type of person that you attract to you. So if you're like a life coach, the type of person you keep attracting to you. Maybe the type of person that doesn't want to pay you for what you're worth, or they drain your energy in some way, and you keep attracting the same person over and over again, even though they have a different body, different name, but it's the same frequency, right? It's letting go of this old relationship dynamic. It's dying. Could be like the dynamic of giving your power over to other people, right? Like that, a relationship dynamic is dying. But the struggle is no longer a struggle anymore because you have that emotional detachment and you can perceive the truth, right? So this is about getting your power back. This is the cycle of making you more independent, and then bringing your power back to you. Okay, Virgo rising is in the 6th house. And the fantasy here is happiness will come when I'm healthy, or when I have the right job, or if I just keep serving people. If I just keep serving, then I'll be happy. Or the fantasy could be when I get rid of this conflict. When this conflict is gone, I'll be happy. When this court case is over, I'll be happy. When that divorce comes through, I'll be happy. And also the fantasy is when I'm perfect, I'll be happy. When I'm perfect, when I'm healed of this problem, I'll be happy. And no matter how much you try to chase this idea of perfection, right? Because Virgo is all about perfection, the more disappointed you're going to be in your imperfection, right? So you may have tried all these health regimes and healing workshops and constantly trying to improve yourself, but you end up feeling disappointed and disillusioned with yourself, right? You may be overly critical of yourself and your progress. So the purpose here is to let go of this ideal of perfection, okay, and the perfection of other people out in the world, and the world should be this way and other people should be this way, like letting go of all of that. And as you accept yourself, right, as you are, a new cycle of health and work and service can come that's more aligned with you, that's more of the dream that will help you feel fulfilled. So it's also could be letting go of an addiction, because the 6th house is addiction too. And this could be an identity, right? Like, oh, identify as a sick person. I have Epstein-Barr, and you form a whole identity around it. I have fill in the blank, right? Whatever drains your vitality, right? So it's about letting this go, and workaholism too, letting that go, identifying yourself as a hard worker could be another thing too. This is all, I'm just tweaking your imagination, and it's going to go, oh yeah, it's not what he said, but it's something else in the same ballpark, right? So just meditate on that, because we're going to let all that go in the meditation. Okay, we're almost done here. So Libra, Libra rising, sun, moon in the 5th house. And this is all about romance, right? So the fantasy is that romance will make me feel better about myself. If I have someone that desires me, right, romances me, makes me feel special, then I'll be happy, right? And it could be someone in your life, maybe that's not giving you that. Your partner's not very romantic, but it's the fantasy of like, they're going to change, they're going to change. I'm going to give them passive-aggressive hints to be more romantic. Right? When people see how special I am, then I can be fulfilled. So this is letting go of the needing your partner to be romantic or wanting romance in your life, right? It could be about walking away from a partner because, right, it's not fulfilling anymore in that way. It's not a bad thing to want romance in your life, right? It's not a bad thing. So not allowing your self-confidence and self-esteem to be affected, that's key, right? It's not about like wanting, oh, I want romance in my life, but it's when you allow your self-confidence and your self-esteem to get affected by that when it's not there. That's the problem, right? That's the problem right there. It could be about letting go of your children. If you have children, they're going off to college soon, or they're moving out, right? And the fantasy here could have been, well, when my children are happy and they're gainfully employed and they're married and, right, they seem like they're doing good, then I can be happy as a mother or a father. Right? So that's a fantasy. You could be having problems having fun, losing fun, like not taking joy in life anymore, having fun. And again, it's about detaching. Because, right, it could be things that the fantasy of what fun means, you know, like look at it like out in the world, like fun for some people is to go on a 2-week vacation and get drunk out of their tree on the beach and then haul themselves back to work, right? That could be like, that's my idea of fun. And right, it's about going deeper, like what's really fun for you. So when you let go of these fantasies, then the dream can deliver to you what's really fun for you that you may not even have expected before. Remember, this is all about surprises, right? Surprises. Okay, Scorpio rising in the 4th house. So the fantasy here is happiness will come when I feel emotionally secure. Happiness will come when I feel emotionally secure. When I feel emotionally stable, safe, at peace, right? When I can control my emotions, that's all about the inner world, right? The 4th house. Happiness will come when my home, my family, or my mother, it rules mother, is taken care of, right? When my family's happy, when all those, my family, mom, and my home, when I have a good home, then I'll be happy. So you could be relocating, right? You could be getting booted out of where you live right now, got an eviction notice or something. And this is about a loss, so something better can come for you. It also could be like to disengage from a family pattern that you're in. So I'm just thinking now, like if your mom was really critical with your father, like, you know, the typical henpecking, critical with her father, and that's something that you took on, right? That you do. It's not really you. It's just something you inherited from your family, right? Some family dynamic that you'll disengage from. So Scorpio rising people, like spend some time with your family, because this is how you're going to see how much you've changed, right? And heal. So, and this emotional well-being, I feel like this one applies to a lot of us, not dependent on our astrological sign. But I'll move forward like that fantasy. I'll move forward on my higher purpose and what I really want to do in this lifetime when I don't feel fear, when I don't feel anxiety, or I don't feel depressed, right? And that's the game of the shadow. Because the way out with higher purpose, right? The way out of feeling depressed and anxious and fearful is doing your higher purpose, right? It's like that's the way out. So where you'll feel disappointed is what you try to do to get rid of that emotional insecurity. The more you try, the more it will fail, and you'll feel disappointed and disillusioned. And just a little hot tip for emotions, to look at emotions. We can't let emotions rule us, and the emotions are going to start to, like, you think they're intense now, we're evolving through our emotional body, right? There's so much intensity of emotions, and it's going to build and build and build. So we need to learn to be masters of our emotions. And that doesn't mean you don't feel emotions. That's impossible. We're emotional beings, right? Emotions are physical sensations in the body. So you detach and you watch and you welcome them in. If you're feeling angry, you welcome it in. When you're feeling sad, you welcome it in. You're feeling depressed, you welcome it in. Anxiety, welcome it in. And then you let it move through your body. This is alchemy, right? And then you transmute it into something joyous and happiness, right? But we have to swim through those uncomfortable emotions first. But the secret is, don't get identified with them. Don't say, I'm angry, right? Right there, the language is, I identify with this anger. I'm angry. It's, I'm feeling anger in this moment. And then just in the use of your language allows it to move. That it's not a permanent state, right? And it's the 4th house, right, for you Scorpio risings, and that's ruled by the moon, and the moon is waxing and waning, right? It's always on the moon. Motions are always on the move. So it's really for you about starting a new cycle, about learning about your inner self and honoring your emotional self and the wisdom that emotions bring. They do bring. They're telling you something. If you're angry about something, it's telling you something. I do this all the time now. I can't play games anymore with trying to stuff down my emotions. If I'm feeling angry or something when I'm talking to someone and it's kind of flaring up, it's a signal. It's like, oh, this conversation is over, or I'm right, or I'm at a movie theater or something, and it's like this movie's going nowhere, and I honor it. I walk out. I leave. Right? You have to honor those especially anger. Right now, it's telling you something. Something needs to change. Okay, Sagittarius rising is in the 3rd house. And the fantasy here to let go of is I'll be happy and fulfilled when I've gathered enough facts, when I've gathered enough information, or when I can communicate this information properly, right? According to the mind. I have to be perfectly eloquent with my language, right? You think of politicians, right? You can see them filtering. They go through a censor. Just watch a politician talk like a corporate politician, right? They're censoring. It's not authentic and real. People can feel that. So the fantasy is that your security and happiness is tied into knowledge. If I just know enough, right, I'll be safe. I'll be fulfilled. So it's like an insatiable greed, right? For more and more information, more and more knowledge. Or when I learn this skill or that skill, then I'll be happy. Or your fantasy could be tied up with a sibling too, right? A sibling. Well, when my sister or my brother are okay, when they get their life together and, then I can be happy, right? I can be happy when I take care of them first, not myself. Okay, so again, the more you try these old tricks, right, you just feel disillusioned and disappointed. Are you relating to this at all? I'm not seeing any comments up here. I'm going to do a little rewind. Okay. So this one here is about expanding your thinking. It's just expanding your thinking and not becoming overwhelmed by information. So I want you to really trust that information comes into your field exactly when you need it. You don't need to go and seek it out. Have you had that experience yet where something like information that you really need to know, just comes in your field? It's there, like a friend will tell you about something, or you'll be drawn to a video on YouTube or something, right? Like, just trust that the information comes when you need it, the right information. We can't see, we're in the information age. Like, there's no way that one person can process all of this information, right? And knowledge actually limits you. Like, having too much, if you know too much, it's actually very, very limiting. It's when you don't know anything, that's when true wisdom can come through, right? When you don't go into that space of, I don't know anything, then you know everything. Okay. So this is about trusting your intuition. Yeah, and you don't need to know everything. Okay, Capricorn, 2nd house. So the fantasy here, 2nd house is all about money. It's about money and resources, survival. So the fantasy here is happiness and fulfillment will come when I make this amount of money, when I have this number in my bank account, right? The fantasy is I won't survive unless I have this amount of money. And also the fantasy is tied up with your own sense of inner value. Okay, so your inner value is tied up with money and material possessions. So no matter how much you try to plan, the financial plan and this and that, you'll feel disappointed and disillusioned, right? And self-esteem plummets, right? According to how many numbers are in your bank account. Do you see what we're doing? We're removing the power that we're giving over to the external world in all these different areas of our life. right? Your self-value does not change. You could have 2 pennies in your bank account or 2 billion. It remains the same, your sense of value. Okay. So the purpose here is letting go of identifying with money in the material world, right? And getting in touch with your own inner sense of your own inner value, that all your resources are inside you. The creator, God, the divine, whatever you want to call it, gave us gifts. Each person has unique gifts inside them. And we have to go in and we have to unwrap them. And we do that by doing our shadow work, because these gifts are buried in our shadows, right, that we received genetically. And then the gifts aren't for you. The gifts are for other people, right, to be shared with the collective. So this is a whole new cycle of really starting to believe in yourself and believe in your own sense of value and your own inner resources, right? What you've come in to contribute to the world. So this is about letting go and accepting your money situation at this time. And you'll survive, where each one of us is taken care of, just like all the little animals are taken care of. Even if it doesn't look like it on the external, we're all being taken care of. And so it's about trusting that your destiny will bring all of those things, right? All of those things will reach you. Okay, there we go. So any questions before we do the big meditation? I gotta look here. Okay. Oh, good. You guys are commenting. What are you drinking? What am I drinking? Coconut water. This is great for hydrating. Because do you notice during the full moon, right? We're so connected to the cycles of the moon that, and I am too, like my moon's in my first house. So right, I look like a moon. Is you retain water, a lot more water. Yeah. So I find that the coconut water really hydrates me. It's it's like getting a transfusion or something. Okay. Okay. I just want to read some of these. That's what Michelle asked. Yeah, that's right. Bob's Tarot. Good emotions. I have Sag, Sun, and Moon. Right on. So you could probably relate to that, Caitlin? I was thinking, I don't know that I feel the need for knowledge, but the idea of being perfect, yeah, that's true. Well, do you know your rising sign, Caitlin? Because you may be Virgo rising. You're more popular. Sun in Capricorn, yeah. Husband is Cap, definitely having money security, yeah. Good. I mean, not good, but good that you know, and you can help your husband, right, detach. Like, it's all going to be okay. It's all going to be okay. You know what? I have to do a video on all my crazy money stories. I've got a lot of them where the divine just comes in last minute with exactly what I need. Like, yeah, I've got some really good ones. I'm Aquarius. Words are challenging for me right now. Yeah. Well, yeah, of course, Samantha. This is a big eclipse for you. So, right, it's about just going inside. With Aquarius rising sun and moon, you're like the little caterpillar in the cocoon, right? You have to go deep inside and just be in the cocoon, right, and rest and just go really internal and know that a whole new identity is being formed for you, right? You'll be the butterfly, right? August 15th and on for the next 6 months. That's good. Julie Ray, what if the eclipse is hitting your north node? Oh, of Aquarius. That's even more potent for you. You're going to feel it on, you're going to feel it on a destiny level and, right, a past life level too. That's like flipping my brain. That. South node in Leo. So south and north node in Leo. Yeah. So Julie, I just feel like you're the letting go. Like one hand is receiving and the other one's letting go, right at the same time. So very, very powerful. Okay. Samantha, my partner, my children, my parents. Yeah. Libra, Sun and Moon, Capricorn Rising. Aquarius Rising. Rising is Taurus. Oh, Rising is Taurus. For you. Caitlin, were you relating to the career stuff? Or letting go of a boss, some bossy authoritarian? Remember, it's going to happen, right? Today in the next couple days, like something unexpected. And sometimes we don't realize that we've changed until we're faced with that karmic person, and it does, like, you don't bite the bait anymore, right? Some dynamic is leaving you, and right, and it's like just grace. It's the work of grace that's come in. Okay. Sarah Pema says, I'm a Sagittarius rising, Libra moon, but I really related to the Cancer rising the most. Okay. Well, trust that. Trust that. You may have some like Cancer influences, like a lot of moon energy in your chart, possibly. Okay. Thank you, Cap. Okay. Oh, there you go. Somebody's got the 41 a couple times. Okay. That's great. Oh, right on. Somebody received unexpected money from my workplace. Love that. Yeah. Okay. So let's meditate. We'll do this last meditation. I just want to set it up here. Okay. So it's all about the subconscious mind, right? So the subconscious mind, if you don't know, is a recorder. It's a recorder and a storage house of all of our memories. It's part of our mind that holds all of our memories. So from this lifetime and all other lifetimes, our subconscious mind. And so this is what gets activated when we dream, right, at night, is our subconscious mind. And what it's doing is it's trying to process undigested experiences, because we're digesting, in a sense, experiences all the time. And some of them, right, if you were pressed, something happened at work, you had some kind of conflict with somebody, you just stuff it down. I don't want to think about it. I'm going to go out and have a couple beers with my friends and binge out on Netflix or something. But then in your dream world, you're processing it, right? You're processing it. So if you don't process it through your dreams, then it gets dumped in the unconscious mind, and then that's harder to get at. So this particular meditation, because we're letting go of karmic programs, right, that are in the unconscious mind, or excuse me, the subconscious mind and the unconscious mind too. So this meditation clears that. So it uses mantra. Okay. So these mantra, man means mental, mind, and tra is wave. Okay. So these are like high frequency waves when you chant mantra, and then they hit these thought patterns, right? The thoughts are frequencies too. And they, right, it's like a tsunami of light, over these negative thought forms, negative beliefs you have about yourself, whatever it is, right, that you're letting go of. So it's got that kind of power. And they're ancient too. And how I like to explain mantra is, you know, I can say, well, I have coconut water, right? There's coconut water in here, but it's removed, right? It's removed from this. This is the object with the coconut water right there, but it's removed. It's a thought form. It's a word, right? So it's removed from that. You see that? But when you chant mantra, it's the actual thing. It's the experience of the thing. So it'd be like if coconut water was like a mantra, I would chant coconut water and then I would turn into coconut water, right? So like Waheguru, that's like or Satnam. Let's go with Satnam because we chanted that at the beginning. So Satnam is like, then you become Satnam. When you chant Satnam, you become Satnam. You become truth. Do you see the power of mantra? So I know people are afraid of chanting mantra, you know, especially if you come from a Christian background. Okay, so this, I'm going to share the screen, and I did a printout of the mantra so that you guys can follow along here. I want to make sure that you see it. There we go. Okay, you can see it. I can see it on my screen. So that's the mantra. And so it's Hara 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 Gobinde, and then Mukande, Udare, Apare, Haryang, Karyang, Niname, Akame. Okay, and so Had, the meaning of Had is the divinity. It means divinity. It means the infinite. Had. And so Gobinde means sustainer. So it's the different aspects of God, the divine, whatever you want to call it. So Gobinde is what sustains, right? Mukande is the liberator, right? Another aspect of God. And in Kundalini Yoga, it's not God is an acronym. It means generating, organizing, and destroying. Okay, so generating, organizing, destroying, or delivering. So this even takes it deeper, right, with the 7 aspects. Okay, so Mukande is liberator. Divine liberates, as we're getting full-on liberation during this eclipse. And then the enlightener, Udare. Apare is the infinite. Another word for infinite. Haryang is destroyer or deliverer. Karyang is creator. And the Name is nameless. Right? Akame is desireless, without desire. So here's what Yogi Bhajan had to say about this. He's the one that brought this over to the West. He's the master of Kundalini Yoga. And he says this mantra is to fix the mental, so the mind, in its relationship to prosperity or power. It will produce money. It will come. Opportunities will come. Richness will come. So it's a prosperity meditation too. And then he also says when you chant this mantra with the breath of life, it's quick, it's purposeful, and it will bring what you need. Okay, so it will bring to you what you need. Okay. I just want to have a little sip of my coconut. And so what you're going to do for the mudra, I'm going to stop the screen sharing so that you can see me. So you're going to bring your left hand into Buddhi Mudra. So the Buddhi Mudra is bringing your thumb, this represents the ego, to the baby finger, and that rules the planet Mercury. So it's communication. Okay. And this is a hot tip. Here's another $1 billion hot tip. If you have challenges like speaking in public or speaking in a group, you just put your thumb and baby finger together, like both hands, and put them under the desk, and then that connects you to your mercurial energy, and that's communication and thinking. Okay, so left hand like that, and then just have that relaxing on your thigh, your left thigh, and then bring your right hand, okay, over crossed over your chest, just underneath your shoulder, okay, of that, and then you're going to chant this mantra with me. Okay, and I'm going to share this again. And so the great thing with Kundalini Yoga is it works at the cellular level, okay? And it's japa. So japa means repeat. So the more you repeat it, right, you'll remember, and then we'll go in. Okay, so let's start. And so close your eyes once you feel like you got it. And you're clearing your subconscious mind of those old karmic patterns. So this is a good time for you to surrender. Okay. Let me just get the recording. Oh, I know where it is. Okay. Mercury's in retrograde too, isn't it? Okay, so we're ready. So inhale deep. Hara 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 gobinde. Hara 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 mukande. Hara 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 udare. Hara 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 pare. Hara 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 hariyam. Hara 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 kariyam. Hara 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 niname. Hara 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 kame. Hara 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 gobinde. Hara 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 mukande. Hara 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 udare. Hara 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 pare. Hara 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 hariyam. Hara 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 kariyam. Hara 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 niname. Hara 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 kame. Hara 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 gobinde. Hara 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 mukande. Hara 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 udare. Hara 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 apare. Hara 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 hariyam. Hara 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 kariyam. Hara 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 niname. Hara 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 kame. Hara 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 gobinde. Hara 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 mukande. Hara 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 udare. Hara 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 hapare. Hara 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 hariyam. Hara 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 kariyam. Hara 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 niname. Hara 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 hakame. Hara 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 gobinde. Hara 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 mukande. Hara 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 udare. Hara hara pare. Hara 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 hariyam. Hara 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 kariyam. Hara 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 niname. Hara 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 kame. Hara 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 gobinde. Hara 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 mukande. Hara 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 udare. Hara 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 pare. Hara 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 hariyam. Hara 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 kariyam. Hara 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 niname. Hara 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 kame. Hara 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 gopinde. Hara 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 mukande. Hara 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 udare. Hara 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 pare. Hara 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 hariyam. Hara 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 hare kariyam. Hara 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 niname. Hara 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 kame. Hara 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 gobinde. Hara 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 mukande. Hara 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 udare. Hara 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 pare. Hara 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 hariyam. Hara 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 kariyam. Hara 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 niname. Hara 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 kame. Hara 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 gobinde. Hara 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 mukande. Hara 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 udare. Hara 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 pare. Hara 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 hariyam. Hara 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 kariyam. Hara 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 niname. Hara 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 kame. Hara 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 gobinde. Hara 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 mukande. Hara 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 udare. Hara 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 pare. Hara 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 hariyam. Hara 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 kariyam. Hara 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 niname. Hara 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 kame. Hara 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 gobinde. Hara 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 mukande. Hara 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 udare. Hara 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 pare. Hara 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 hariyam. Hara 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 kariyam. Hara 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 niname. Hara 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 kame. Hara 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 gobinde. Hara 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 mukande. Hara 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 hadare. Hara 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 pare. Hara 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 hariyam. Hara 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 kariyam. Hara 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 niname. Hara 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 kame. And inhale deeply. And suspend the breath. And exhale. Just relax your hands down for a moment. And eyes are closed. And breathing deep into the belly through the nostrils. Relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your neck muscles, relaxing your temples, feeling centered in yourself, feeling confident, feeling self-assured, feeling connected to your divinity, feeling aligned and connected to your dream, the story that you have come to live, your dream. So want that, want the dream. Your dream, it's there. And just detach from all fantasies. Whatever the fantasy is, even if it's not connected to what I talked about through the 12 signs, whatever fantasy was coming up for you, now consciously let it go. And you may feel grief, you may feel sadness, you may feel disillusioned, but it's not real. You want what's true, right? You want the truth. And if you don't see the new coming, that's okay. Just know that it's coming. Something bigger and better, more wonderful for you. The universe doesn't like a vacuum, right? So you let go of something, the new can come in, the fresh and the new. And now, just connect with your intuition in this space of healing. What does my intuition want me to know right now about my life? Just trust whatever you hear. That's great. Now I want you to think of someone in your life that's going through a hard time right now, that's suffering, right? And send them healing energy. Bless them with love and light and peace, prosperity and abundance, whatever they're needing, healing energy. And now as a group, let's send healing energy to the planet. So imagine you're way, way out in outer space. Maybe you're sitting on the moon, right? The moon's the farthest from the Earth right now, from orbit. Sitting on the moon and you can see the Earth. And let's send the Earth, our beautiful mother, healing energy and cooling energy, right? The planet is very heated up right now with wildfires and flooding and, right? And violence and conflict. Let's, as a group, let's just send cooling energy, right, to cool everybody down. Okay. And inhale deeply. And exhale. Okay, let me get this thing off here. Okay. That's great. Well, thank you, everybody, for showing up for this group meditation. And for, this is the best place for you to be right now, is in prayer and meditation during this eclipse. So again, be very careful, right? These next few days, just take your time, driving, moving about. Don't get caught up in someone's ego trip, right? If they're projecting something on you, just stay keeping that detachment. And then also send, if you think that, oh, I think somebody would really appreciate this information, because hopefully it will get time stamped. I don't know if I'm going to have time to do that today, where you can just run to your rising sign, right, with a timestamp, so you don't have to hear the whole thing. And then to do the meditation, of course, too, okay? Okay. I just want to close with a Satnam. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So bring your palms together and rub them. And bring your hands into prayer pose. Oh. I set my alarm every the time I was born. That's so funny. It's 11:38. Okay. So bring your hands into prayer pose as we close with one long Satnam and feeling peace, right? And use this mantra, Satnam, in your life to calm if you're feeling anxious. Just like mentally just chant Satnam to yourself, Satnam, 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 and it will just calm your mind, right? We need people who are centered and stable within themselves. We need the lighthouses out there. And you don't have to run out in the ocean and try to save people. Like, let people come to you, right? But you just shine your light. That's the best thing you can do for the planet right now, is to heal yourself and to share your light. Okay. Inhale deep. Exhale. And inhale to close. Satnam. Satnam, everybody. Enjoy the eclipse.